Okay, we'll take one from the civil society. We'll take one from the civil society to conclude that set. Franklin Society to conclude that set. Franklin.
Yeah.
Please, let's hear.
Commissioner and members of the high table, my name is Otuekong Franklin Isong. I speak for the Center for Human Rights and Accountability Network, CRAN. I just want to raise a few issues. The first one borders on potholes within the Uyo metropolis and its environs. From the airport road axis, the Ifa Big Junction, the back road, that approach is deplorable. And then when you drive around, when you drive down the back road to Iduruan, local government council, the council excavated the state road so that those who are living in Iduruan can no longer access the back road. And when we approach the councils, they claim that the state government gave them the right or powers to excavate the state government road. This is very worrisome. The second issue I want to raise is the issue of the Akwa Ibom State Civil Service recruitment exercise. Please, what is the update of this? Then the transparency in the handling of the exercise, we will expect to also hear from the relevant agency. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So, gentlemen of the press, honorable commissioners, we will take this set of questions as a penultimate because lunch is getting cold.
And why I have the floor so that I don't come back here, I probably want to address the employment. Maybe is that a good time? Thank you, honorable commissioner.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, can I just say, if you look at the numbers, we had 35,000 huge people applied for that process, about 12,000 something at the top of my head, got 50 and above, and were invited for interview. And it's a really tedious process, and the commission is doing a fantastic job. I don't speak for them, but I do know because we were the ones that told them the list of people to be interviewed. And not just you, everyone is waiting for the outcome. And I think in the next few weeks, we would have the outcome. So that is where it is. But as you can imagine, it was a really tedious process. We did the first set of invites for people to be interviewed. As you can imagine, some people had reasons for a second invite. We had to re-invite them, make sure everyone has the opportunity. We've now completed that process for the Civil Service Commission bid. So I expect in the next few weeks, we should have an outcome, which obviously the Office of the Head of Service is coordinating with the State Civil Service Commission. However, for the Audit Service Commission and the State Secondary Education Board, those interviews will commence again, I think, in the next few weeks. They had issues with staffing, with board membership, which I think has been addressed. So that's a little bit. But they are not as much as the main civil service, which was managed by the Civil Service Commission. So we expect that to go very swiftly. While, you're the people that take government messages to to everyone. Can I also use this opportunity to, we already know the government wants to employ 1,000 teachers. That's going to start also, so they should look out for the employment portal. So this will come out, shortly for that advert. Thank you so much. Thank you.
On the issue of potholes raised by Franklin Isong, if you remember last year, we took a total study of potholes in the state, and we had about 42 square meters in all, about 82 spots. And at that time, His Excellency released, don't forget that some of these roads were done by NDDC. They are roads done by state government contract. They are roads done by NDDC. We've had so many problems going to NDDC projects to fix. Any NDDC project, why not work with the State Ministry of Works so that we can work together? Because you bring somebody, they go fix a road, we don't even know the beginning, we don't know the end, we don't even supervise as a State Ministry of Works. Because they just bring a letter from somewhere, start doing road without recourse to us. But we are trying to sort out those things so that we can really work in synergy. we have already taken another second phase of patching. We've measured now about 6,382 square meters as additional patches across the state. We'll get the project team to inspect, and then definitely we will work on them. Having said that on that, I must bring to our notice, the Minister of Information has stated these pamphlets. We've given you the total road projects that have been done, both the number of projects done by this administration, 107, the bridges 26, the lengths and kilometers which has arrived at where we are, and inherited about 41 roads, 341 kilometers in length with 14 bridges. What I can tell us on the ramp road, which is about 252 kilometers in all, giving us the total number of roads. Besides that, don't forget that the Minister of Works was in charge of, and I want to assure us that we have had challenges. Some contractors have not been forthcoming. For instance, we awarded projects February 2024. By April, prices of things changed almost instantly. You awarded at a cost of this, cost of things, if you remember, there was a sudden, so the major contractors, we had to utilize the contingency to make sure that these roads are done. And our weather has not been so fair to road construction. There are some jobs that we have given deadline that we should, either the contractor performs or we terminate. And we have given them those specific jobs, those contractors they know. Everybody, even I'm from Barenin, they abuse me every day that the major road is not doing. And we go there every day and see it's not our fault. We have awarded, we have paid. What we have done, the government pays contractors on IPCs. If you don't protect your road, we don't pay you. When most of them came, they just started doing earthwork. You can do earthwork 10 times. When rain comes, the earthwork goes again. Now we have insisted that any road you construct, you have to lay up to asphalt level before we pay you any other IPC. And that is what the government has been saying every day, that we pay on IPCs. And I want to thank you because we've gone back. Roads constructed by Julius Berger in those days, they don't fail. If you want to construct 1 kilometer, they will protect the 1 kilometer, the next kilometer, and then we have told all contractors to follow similar routes so that at the end, roads constructed are protected. And we are paying everybody as I went due. I want to thank you. Specific roads that have challenge, the governor is aware. For instance, the, what do you call it? Even the road, the, what do you call it? The Nelson Mandela, we have already scoped it. Very soon we are going there. We have taken care of all the roads. The Tabernacle Road that cuts through Calabar-Itu Road, we have given the contractor up to July. If he doesn't make that road motorable, we are going to terminate that contract. I can tell you that we have a monitoring team. We go around, make sure that things are working. And other specific questions, I'm here to give you an insight. But the government is working. We are concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's be seated. Thank you. I just decided on my own to stop over in this briefing session. I was in a meeting with some investors, but I was monitoring what was going on here. I know I had a running battle with Solomon to get this thing. I'm not somebody that sends people to work and I don't monitor what they are doing. Anybody who knows me by now know that I'm hands-on on my job. That's why when somebody said I'm a sleeping governor, it was the funniest thing in the world that I heard concerning me. in all of my career life, everywhere I've worked, I stay on top of what I do. And I can, on top of my head, tell you everything going on in this state. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, I'll be having a live media chat. It's a national media chat, and the chairman of the NUJ will represent all of you. I'm not boasting. You can blame me about anything else. I may not be a good politician, and I own up to it. But on my job, I'm prepared to take on anybody. I know why I'm here. I know what I'm doing. We may not do it well. We may not be able, that's when I say do it well. We may not be perfect. We may not have gotten there. Because when I say we may not do it well now, the mail will publish tomorrow that Umo Eno says it's not doing well. What I'm saying, and I like to put it in proper context, is that we have not arrived at where we're going. It's a work in progress. But that on top of this job, I'm here, I can answer any question. I'm the only governor in this state to date, and you can check that I've sat in a budget session for weeks with my budget committee. The commissioner for budget planning is here, and we check line by line. And that's why our performance always rise. May not be so at the beginning, because nobody starts out. Of course, the money doesn't come in. You also see what comes in. But you see, we appropriate, and towards the end of the year, we fix what we have to do. And you see, we run through our budget. We are not perfect. We take comments, but not this kind of run him down. It's an Akwa Ibom thing. Pull him down. The day I leave office, the next governor comes. Oh, Umo Eno was an angel. It has always been like that. Check any governor. When Atta was here, same thing. Chief Gov Umo Eno came. Oh, he was not doing anything. Atta was the best. When he left, Governor Odo Emmanuel, oh, Governor Odo. So it's a rhetoric. We don't celebrate our prophets. We kill them only to go and buy cow when they are buried. That's how we are. And it's our nature as Akwa Ibomites. Our parents are alive. We don't build houses for them. Don't buy cars for them. The day they die, we build a new house to bury the person. And then we buy cow for people. The man will never partake in any of those things. So it's our nature. And I think as a people, we need to deal with that nature. When you celebrate what God has given to you, those things appreciate. And the people can now look up to say, my people celebrate me. I owe them so much. I think that is the way I feel life should go. But having said that, I had no business coming here. But like I said, I was in another meeting. But I was monitoring right in that room what was going on. I've heard a few questions. I feel that they didn't answer them well. In fact, some I was texting, Some I was texting to say, look, this is what they are asking. Answer it. And I deliberately wanted all of the leadership team, these are my first 11. So if they cannot by now tell you what they are doing, then if I'm here, it will look as if I'm gagging them. So I wanted them on their own to take charge of what they are doing and say it. I had to tell Prince Ikim to come back and say, because the question was direct, there should be more money into waste management. And they said, no, it was a comment. No, it's a question. I wanted him to say how much I put into waste management so that people will know. Because otherwise, where is the Accountant General? I can ask the Accountant General to publish it tomorrow. We are doing so much, but Prince Ikim now is doing more of renewed hope, ambassador coordination than to face his job. And so if he doesn't sit back, I'm going to change him. I've had cause to call him on the road. I'll tell my ADC, call him. We take picture, we send to him. I've had cause to do that severally. He knows. He's one of my most trusted guys. But, when he gets to work, I don't have friends. He should sit down and get his job done. And if we keep seeing these deaths on the road, I'm going to do something. Now, the second thing he also talked about that is that we need to educate our people. Our people throw deaths everywhere indiscriminately. And I've told Prince Ikim to let us get a company that can help us work together to turn this waste to wealth. And then you can now start paying people for their refuse. They wait. All we need to do is to look for a company that can partner with the state government. And I throw that open to all of you. That the day we find that company and partner with them, you will not see waste again. In fact, they will be coming to your kitchen to steal your waste. Because when they come, we pay them, we measure it in kilos. I sent him to Lagos. Go and see what Loma is doing. When we see good things, I copy. I'm not ashamed to copy. I go to copy good things. And people have also come here to see what we are doing that they consider good. Knowledge is sharing. And in the Governors Forum, we do peer review. Oh, this is going on in your state. I'll send my team. Till now, by this time, we should be able to get this waste to wealth thing done. And then you say, okay, bring your waste per kg. This is how much we'll pay you. The day we start that, see if you find any waste in this state again. See, we are talking of power. We can use the waste to generate power itself and supply power to the unserved or underserved areas. So it's something we can do, and it is in his responsibility to do it. He is the chairman. So let us, when we come here and the press, that's why I didn't come, because if I come, they'll say governor's influence, governor's influence. I have no influence. I want us to say it as it is and tell the people the truth. We are working round the clock. We are working round the clock. That's the first thing I like to talk about. The second thing is the Ikorak-Panabia Road. Last week, as if I knew, I spoke with the Commissioner for Works on this Ikorak-Panabia Road. And I said, and it joins with the Nenset. And I said, we need to fix this road. I am from Nset, and I cannot be an Nset governor, and my ancestral road is not fixed. It is an aberration. Nobody will come and fix it. And I make no pretense to tell you that that road will be fixed. You know? It's not. Last week, we were doing some inspection, and I told him, I said, bring your team and go and respect this road. This is an Nenset road. It's an old ancestral road. And you cannot have an Nenset son be governor, and he leaves, and Nenset road is not completed, and it will not be done. And this is no politics. This is because when I finish, I'm going back home. And the people will ask you, what did you do when you were there? So who will I now ask to go and fix an Nenset road for me when I leave? So, Mr. Commissioner, that road within 1 month must be awarded. On the mobile road, see, I'm aware from the briefing I've gotten, state government collaborated and brought money. ExxonMobil then brought money. They fixed the road, gave it to a contractor. The road failed. That road, first of all, I think is a federal road. And number two, we need to engage SEPLAT. And SEPLAT, that's their business. They are CSR. I'm prepared to work with them to fix the road, but we must do it together. I cannot fix the road for them to be making all the money and taking away. That is their road. They should do it. It is a corporate social responsibility, and my brother Kran should take on SEPLAT. Not to come and ask me what I'm doing. I think it was one guy from Esreke that asked that question. So they should know that, you know, for you to know that I was having I was monitoring everything. So go if your company is here and you are passing through this road, making all the money, what stops you from just saying to state government, let us partner? Must government do everything? Gentlemen, I'm fixing 1,300, as of today, 1,348 kilometers of road in this state. And you measure what that is. It takes you to go to Lagos and come back. Even the federal government announced that they are fixing 2,700 and something. Check the president's broadcast. And if the federal government has done 2,700 and something, and a subnational is doing and has completed 1,300 and something, that subnational should be celebrated. You know? We cannot do all the roads. Let's don't deceive ourselves. We will not. But you like people telling you lies. You like people, the fact is that nationals, they can never, ever be enough. We keep appropriating, and so it's, see, my dear brothers and sisters, if you are not a governor, you are not a governor. That's the truth. It's sweet to say from outside, to want, oh, if I am a governor, I will do this. I name it down. Udo governor, bong siren, bong all those area boys, bong female youths, bong all those, you know, bong Umo Eno boys, bong. Leave all those things you see. Leave all those things. Become a governor. So when I see people who are recycled politicians coming back to tell me stories, I look at them and say, you had the opportunity now. Show me one thing you did. Show me just one that you did. If new people talk, I can listen to them. They may not understand. But anyone who has had opportunity to serve government or be a public servant at any level and still turns back to condemn today, let the person check very well. We are going on campaign now. We'll be on debate. I like to debate them. Let them tell me what they did. Let them tell me. Some of them don't have a house they are living in. We people don't get rented apartment too. And they want to be governor. Isn't that true? Let some of them tell me what they have done in life that has succeeded. Tell me anything. Everything they laid their hands on died. And you want me to hand over the state treasury to you? Akwa Ibom, are we that? Is that? This is, I mean, we've gone past that level. Governor, you don't say, I would have come for. Drama. So, either get us all save more, The man has all save more. My mind, I am doing. Come on, do it. My friend, I can tell you so. It will get out of me with the you know, so this thing, my own name get called. You know, so please, we've talked about that. We've talked about the mobile road, potholes in Uyo. The Honorable Commissioner gave me a list which I approved, and we are fixing potholes. So what I want to do today is to set up a committee. We put journalists there. We put CRAN there. Let them constitute that committee in the next 1 week, and they will go around all of these states, in Uyo particularly, to identify potholes. Let us see the ones we gave before and see if they've done it or they've not done it. When we are setting up that committee, I will give you the ones we have awarded, so you see whether they've even done it or they have not done it. You two help us. You are government. The governor is one man. All of us here are government. We must help this government to work. If the governor gives a directive, please sit down, sir. Governor gives a directive. If I was not the kind of governor who goes out to even inspect things, what would have happened? And you now see why projects and things fail in these states. Because you think you've done your part. You expect everyone. Look, any leader is as strong as the people surrounding him. So you think that the thing will be done, then Eno contractor, there are 2 jobs I will terminate in July. Terminate. except the contractor mobilizes to site and fixes that job. The Tabernacle Road and the Temekbo, that road, that axis. The road was awarded to my own townsman, Nsig Motors. I met him at Bangton, I met him as a contractor, and good one at that. So we bidded the jobs, and he won Tabernacle Road. We awarded Tabernacle Road the same time we awarded Goretti, Spring Road in Ikorekpene, same time. That Spring Road by UNK. Young boy, small boy, you know, but he's a youth. He has since finished that road. That's Goretti, more technical, more complicated than this Tabernacle Road. Since 2024, this is 2024 February, I wasn't 1 year in office when I awarded the road. Till today, then I called him to a meeting. I was reported to my kingsmen that came in support. He said, do this road, what is wrong? The last time they said, okay, yeah, no commitment. Till July, I allowed it. I gave that commitment. Because he been no akedo. And I don't manage. Because I make a way wrong. The dance will be with them pocket platform. Afrusen. Esway them more. I will tang ahead. You know? But you know, I've risen above all of those things. Boom, I wait, say for wait. I have my eyes on the ball. I am very focused, and I'll keep doing what I know is right, because I will be accountable to God first and then the people. So we called him. He gave us, oh, if you pay me this much, we will fix this. His IPC was not even up to that. I approved and became a guarantor to pay him. Sanzo, I don't know why the Attorney General, Accountant General is not here. And it's not a good thing. So we paid him. He has given me up to July. I'm sending people there every day. If by July that road is not ready, I will terminate that contract. I've served notice now. Because we can, tomorrow 2024, first term. I wish from it's a shame. Even if the person is my wife of blessed memory, it's not good enough. Adi obo, ya always root for Guswagbad and Dwagmien. Then Uso Ikineo, the other long one. I mean, what is all this? 16. Have we been only local contractor I patronize foreign people. I've only a local contractor. The greatest challenge we have, work administration, are the local contractors. You beg them every day, you pamper them. But so you journalists too should help us. Government and me. So government, when we see things, there are some journalists here that are doing a great job. They send me private memos. Look at this, and we have used them, and I appreciate that. You know, because you're middle journalist of the year, I've also been government, as we need them. That's not what gives you credibility. We should be patriotic as a state and stop demarketing our state. This is a common patrimony. You don't know where God is going to take you to tomorrow. If anybody told me I was going to be governor of this state, I will never have believed. That was not my career path. But that was what God's plan was. And in due season, he put me in the heart of Governor Odom Emmanuel. That's why I will not join you to say anything evil about any past leader in this state. I will not. I will not. I will not. You know? So let us work together and get things done. So set up that committee, put the CSO, the CSO, CLO, choose 2 of them, but krana sne, because krana ga krana for football, krana, having boy ma krana ma, it's all krana, you know. Srenye. Then, usen Kenya no responsibility, no ken and amakup. Dangaba. So I never anything criticize football match every bremi. Oh, it's like it. I mean, unfortunately, I'm sorry and forgive me. Don't count it as a sin. The younger I play football, so the younger young me. But I want to know when maybe try get table give so much can it try. So I vote Soyodo. Soyodo. You know, no ball of them draw. First of all, why did they not recruit you among the national team to go and play? So let us, anyway, criticize. How far are the journalists? How far are the MBOC criticize government? Because without you, government will be docile. So you are doing your job. Nobody can. And let me use the opportunity to address the issue of Ebote Umo Eno Black Book. Black Book or Black Book of Mo. I am the most journalist, media-friendly governor in this country. The most. And I stand to be challenged. I stand to be challenged. The record speaks for itself. Even the Nigerian Union Guild of Editors says so. I have awards to that effect. So when people just want to hate you, listen to me. Uswa. Premium Times MD, just whatever is, I've not met him before. I don't know him. I know some of our people are the ones sponsoring him. Let them keep writing. What happened was a clear case of the Channels TV. You've been at this station for over 20 years. And I came in and they were classified information that should not be declassified. Every government, including the United States government, have classified and non-classified information. And that information went out. And we got to find out that they did it. It was an in-house meeting. And I said, look, familiarity is getting too much. Just ask for replacement. Replacement. And any governor, some governors come and they change the entire press corps they meet. Since I came, I've not changed one human being. Not one. So I said, give us a replacement. So the Channels TV people, I'm sure in this room today, we have a correspondent from Channels TV that is here, you know. So they gave us a replacement. What is press wahala there? In my government house, where I'm governor, you want to force somebody on me. In fact, the more reason I should suspect you. Why are you putting a spy on me? Because we should accredit people that work in government house. As a matter of fact, from time to time, the chief press secretary has a responsibility to reshuffle and say, these people have been here for 6 months. They send them to their various newspapers, give us new ones. So, you know? So, let them tell me if there is anything other than what I've told you today. And so I expect if people rise up and run down your governor, that you believe has helped you and has been friendly to you, I expect NUJ to be able to stand up to it and say, this is not true. And I thank the chairman. I think the chairman did a paper on that, you know. So let us live. See, if I want to tell you things that when people write, oh, in Ama Science Park, Anam Science Park, Yangdo Wiyon Sang Wamio. Yangdo Wiyon Sang Wamio. Because for a project, first of all, the time and season we are in has made those projects obsolete. You can't be talking of Science Park of 20 years ago in 2026. Jeez. This is Science Park. Everything I want to do on earth is here. People sit in their houses and do coding, do cybersecurity training, do all of that. And that's why we have said, how do we help our youth? Let us decentralize this thing to the various local government through the youth development centers. So why do you, okay, what do you want to do? Ngedeme computer, mbono. I got a computer 20 years ago, many will be used by the army. So we must, but there must be projects. There must be projects that are in tandem with their rights agenda and economically viable to the people of Akwa Ibom State. If I go and say, okay, ndong computer, able Science Park, Science Park, what are we going to take from there? Science Park, I mean, men on records. Am I a long time? So, issue of power. The Commissioner for Power came here. Awo ekremo mbe ekremo je waruri ondurio. Adirami eruri ondurio. It didn't make sense. And I'm not too pleased. Friends, let me take you. What the simple question was, what are we doing about power? And how are we going to get power to Akwa Ibom State within the shortest possible time? Friends, we have set up a framework, an implementation framework, and we are following the framework step by step. I am prepared to make this framework available to the chairman of the NUJ so that he can check with us. First of all, we needed to set up a regulatory transition committee from National Electricity Regulation Commission to Akwa Ibom Electricity Regulatory Commission. How do we set that up? The first step was to make sure that we develop a transition plan, and then we facilitate stakeholders consultation, which was what we had done. And when we did that, we needed to register the commission, which the President, the Attorney General, has done. We had to look for commissioners that will run the Electricity Commission. These are professionals. They are not political appointments. And that's why we had to even beg someone. All those people, look at their qualification. We begged them and brought them with wide range of experience. The other day, we had our brother from another state there. No war. No war. You see, that is where we say that we must identify gaps, and our people should try and develop themselves to fit into such gaps. You need people who have the experience, who know what to do. We advertised the job, and then I don't know how many people applied. I can't remember now. 26 applied, and we interviewed. We chose them painstakingly. We got a consultant to do the job. I saw them one by one. And then we sent them to the House of Assembly. Thank God the House of Assembly has confirmed them. I think on the 3rd of June, we are swearing them in. And then we've gotten them an office in the Dakada Towers, which government has paid for. Because your regulatory office must look like what it must look resplendent, if you know what I mean. So we got them that office. From the time we give them that when we swear them in, they are going to give me a budget, which they will run for 1 year. And we're going to look at that budget, take it to the Executive Council, approve the budget, make money available to them. Then they will now begin to engage. They will now begin to engage with the National Electricity Regulatory Commission to take over what is the segmentation of our market. Then while they are doing that, there must be another consultant to value our assets. What are the assets? Because don't forget that we must now establish our own sub-company out of the present PHED. And the PHED, we have 4 Power Limited as a co-investor, which Akwa Ibom subscribes to. We have to engage them to take over our own shares. Now, what you don't know is that Akwa Ibom only had a name in that 4 Power. That we did not own any shares sitting there, because as at the time, the state government did not have funding to buy those shares. So we told someone to say, look, can you buy these shares in trust for us? When we have the money, we will pay you and take our seat. So this 4 Power Itangami, when they call for board meeting, and the Attorney General is here, it didn't start today, I met it like that. Not long time. Akwa Ibom does not go to the meeting and sit on the board, so you cannot take any decision. You are only answering name. We have signed documents that we gave somebody to Simbok, and there's nothing wrong about that. Don't quote me. It is a business strategy. But we have left this thing for how many years now? Now, we have to first of all go and negotiate with the man, pay him, collect our shares, to sit on the board, to be able to tell the board we want to exit. Because until you sit on that board, you cannot speak. The process of payment and negotiating that deal took us almost 6 months. That's the Attorney General. The man calculated interest rates of his money that he paid over May 20 years, May 16 years. Kamado shares. How many years did he? 14 years. So he said, look, I've tied down my money for you for this period. And he calculated it came to almost 25 billion naira that the state government should pay. I had to personally fly to Dubai to hold a meeting with the guy and begged him. We paid him 10 billion. The figures are there because one way you see, for me, if you ask me anything, I will tell you. Go and investigate. Check my account all over the world. We had to beg to pay the man 10 billion. Now, so that he can vacate, because the Genco now is making profit, so the man doesn't want to live again. You know? So, we negotiated. The man just signed that agreement last week. Only last week. Because he read the agreement, he said he wanted the money at once. I said, I don't have 10 billion at once. I'll pay you twice. But sign up for me to be able to get back my seat on the 4 Power. So, talk up and down. I had to call, go to Abuja, get people that know him, call people in the presidency, talk to this guy, what is it? He said he still wants to retain 2 pieces. I said, you can't retain anything. Young boy will not sing here. You know, get can't slay my bono, you know. So, you know, he finally signed last week. So Nsangero, Nzongem them be 10 billion naira. No, you 5. You need dog board. When you enter the board, you now serve the board notice of your exit. Now, these are processes, and I'm going to share it with you, sir. Now, that you have to audit your assets that you have in the state to be able to say, these are my assets that I want to pull out. The people who come to verify, the guy who is to audit that report, the consultant, you brought him because he has done some work for the state before. You know how much he's asking for. We are still negotiating. Until when you want to go to that board, you must go with the list of that asset, which you don't want to exit, because every transformer, even if it's government, and by law, government, if you buy it, the moment you install it, it belongs to government. So it doesn't matter. I mean, get a transformer, check the law. Because, so now we have to look at all that, say these are our assets. We are exiting with this asset. And then you go into negotiation. This is the work of this regulatory commission that they will come and do. And then we move from there. We are going to, you see, Ibom Power Company, that is another kettle of fish. That power company has been run down completely. And when people talk, oh, bring back the former MD, leave the matter for Matthias. So don't let us go there. You know. As of today, on that IPC, every quarter, we pay every Exim Bank 500, you are the Commissioner for Finance, $540,000. I met a debt of $9-point-something million that they had gone to the court in the UK, collected a judgment against us. They were about to file and take over that IPC. The moment I came in, and this was happening about the time I came into office, we took it. I ran to Barrister Paul Usoro, who knows the guy who was MD then, before he exited. What was his name? That guy, you know, they now, Raji, you don't know, well, okay, he's Afri-Exim. Is there Orama? The man now used and said, okay, let's renegotiate. They had already collected judgment. They were filing the judgment. That's the Attorney General there. So, we are working, but I'm not somebody that is given to coming to move. I like to work under and then come up with results. We have to now pay, and then that IPC, please sit down, we're owing Savannah Energy, who was giving us gas, over 25 billion naira, because the federal government was owing us well over that, about 40-something billion, which we have supplied to the national grid, which they were not paying. So they couldn't pay Savannah. So Savannah did not even have money to drill gas again, because we were about the biggest clients they had. So recently, part of the head of government, if I know, tie, good, tie, but I might get in the phone, tie, you know. You see, sometimes every leader, God gives you a foresight, and that's why you are called a leader. Nobody can tell a driver on the steering, look, go this way, go this way. Aforibo motomi wara. Yang soyo aforiben what? So we moved. It is out of that negotiation. We got 25 billion naira, right? And the moment we got 25 billion, I think you are there. We remitted straight to Savannah so that the Savannah can be in business and give us gas. Now, the truth here is, after that, we have to now think of government cannot run business. about government, industry. Whatever. Government is an enabler to businesses. Government, the structure of government with the civil service cannot, no government in the world. Government can only succeed if you set up a special purpose vehicle and allow them run like Ibom Air is doing. But even at that, you are like CBN, lender of last resort. Every time they come back to you, just yesterday, Anchor Insurance, their license would have been withdrawn as at today. And that one I'm having in Canada. Yesterday, I had to cough out 16.5 billion naira to pay, to hold on to Anchor Insurance because they couldn't raise the money. Then my question is, what's going on? Because Utomide would investigate anything. But now married Shoko government though. Okay. You don't matter Shoko government and no word in Bere. Because your commission a forensic audit. Anywhere government puts its money, I will be interested. I cannot be throwing money of government. 16.5 billion payment cash would have done a road for me, would have completed one project for me. But we had, because if I didn't pay, they withdraw that license as at, it has closed. Every company that didn't pay as at the close of business, by law, they've lost their license. So if you want to license, I can told. It doesn't waste no fuel Karakino. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Sorry about. Me, that's how I deliver my message. One, I'm a pastor. I must bring in some little things that will relax you. So when I say those things, you must know everybody have their own manner of speaking. I lived with my grandfather, so I'm used to all of these things, So people just say things they don't know. Now, to get that IPC to work, we now have to set up a distribution company. Apart from the commission, we must set up a distribution company that will now come and discuss on concession. Because I will not tell you lie, government cannot run that place. We give it to a company and tell them this is the yardstick. Aditi inam so, say be inam dom, say for be inam dom. Yini appoint mewo. Isn't good board. I'm going to appoint me. Then it be near the gas. Then I'm on the distribution. Then this commission regulates more. There are other things involved. With this asset we have reclaimed and everything, we take over. Then this supply it can from so that it came it distributes. That is how it's done. So it's a process. It's a process. Now, to your question, the question should be, how soon will this happen? I think that's the question. We are doing all we can. I also have booby traps. I have traps. I can't tell you lies. There are pressure groups. There are blackmailers. There are those who have been benefiting and see that they will not benefit again. So they will go and hire people like you to be writing against government. I know if it can be borrow. So but I know that from the timetable I have, because what I've done, we got a consultant and they have given me timelines, we expect that. There are even some of these things that I'm already talking with the Vice President's office, who is the chairman of privatization. When you finish, the vice president's office have to sign off. And so we're already talking. I believe with this timetable, if we progress well, and I'm on them, that's why I carry them. So we'll say it here. So some of you can see from far. You see some, with completed, green, some ongoing, yellow, some not started, red. I monitor some of them when I wake up. I every time, damn, so it's difficult. Just tell the people the process. If we don't follow this process, we won't get light. We will be on. Political statement. There's still work to be done. But the truth is that, have we started? Yes. Are we going to do it? Yes. Now, the other part of it is that there are some communities that electricity will never get to. There's what is called alternative power supply. We are discussing with some companies that will, even in your houses, even where electricity gets to, there are some homes today, even some government institutions today, all these model schools, all these compassionate homes, they are powered by solar. So we are working to see how we can provide about 50,000 homes with solar panels. We are holding meeting with the local government chairman so that we can take it to the local government. That meeting is on. Where we stand now is pricing, to be sure that it will be at the right price, so that government will subsidize, local government will subsidize, then the people, beneficiaries will get, they will pay. It's not free, but at least what they should pay will be minimal. And under 1 year, they should be able to exit the payment plan for the underserved and unserved. But in Akwa Ibom today, we are either all of us are unserved or underserved. So I'm sure that some of you will be interested. Some of your homes today are powered by solar. And so we are doing so much in that area. I think those were the things that I heard that made me tell my people that I need to excuse myself. Because if we are not able to put it in proper context, and I don't blame them all, some of the things I've said here, I'm the only one who can say it. So when you see me come and yab them, that's how we yab ourselves. Though. No commissioner can come and stay here and tell you, I want my boss shareholding. I bet try. I don't think that in my shogudum. I don't think that time to member secretary to government sack this person because no be your mouth and go here say teacher mama don't die. Why if you say that your mouth and go hear him? Now let you be student. I for no principal look for way. So if you hear say teacher mama die, when they say when teacher don't come school, say I don't know. No, we say that you go talk say teacher mama die. The whole school begin talk say teacher mama. They say how you take here, they come mention your name. So that is why they are trying to play around it, Not that I'm telling you, not that they don't know, because all of these things I've read to you, he has it. He knows how many meetings we are doing. But I don't want a politician, I know, So not that, because again, I don't want you to leave this place. God will not forgive you if you leave this place and say, oh, Governor Umo Eno takes a swipe on his commissioners. That's not true. That's not true. I know you now. I know you now. So that's why I'm telling you that there are some things that even when they know, they cannot say, I didn't for the people of civil servant, but I'm directed. Anything they've not direct, you can't eat down. No. So I needed to let you know Because you must know the work we are doing. It's not a walk in the park. There are so many systemic problems we are correcting right now. We are doing a lot. We may not, I will never pass blame because, like the president said, I campaigned for this job and I took this job, and the job comes with liabilities and assets. So the day you take it, it's only a foolish leader that comes on the job and begins to say, it is this person, it is this person. No leader passes the buck. No leader. And that's why when my leaders come to me and I say, what happened to this computer as commissioner for digital? Oh, it is my permanent secretary, or talk to my, I just look at the person as, the moment I begin to talk to your subordinate, you are out. You are supposed to be on top of your job. If there's a mistake, take that responsibility, go back home and correct it. You don't come to, it's like now, something, God forbid, happens in Akwa Ibom, and the president calls and says, no, Your Excellency, it was my deputy governor that handled it. What? So that is why you see that there are things we are doing. We are correcting a lot. We are correcting a lot. We are fighting, and some of us have paid great price for it. When you want to correct a systemic error that people have benefited. When I came first, it started with staffing. We had consultants, almost 4 of them. They were checking payroll before they pay. And we're paying them for checking our payroll. And then I now came and said, look, with all these consultants, why are we having this bloated? So let's do an independent thing. We did it, over 2,000 ghost workers were paying. Only God knows since when. So I said, okay, consultants, I disengage all of you. They started blackmailing me. They turned it to ethnic something. Oh, I need BBO me. I am BBO no now. I've been a friend from BBO. BBO again, I tell you, don't. Could you be no? These are people that should ordinarily be handed over for investigation. Because you couldn't have been consultant and we had this amount of leakages. We finished that. We started, we trimmed down, and everything came. We are moving. We went into internally generated revenue. Government house for we went into the day this man gives me I pay you 4 million or go code come book bonus. Chairman, how did you do it? Because he was the only one collecting revenue. The other subsidiaries of government were not plugging to the internally generated revenue or IRS, AI. They were not plugging. So our revenue internally generated, we became one of the lowest in the country. 2 billion. In a year, when Lagos is talking of trillion. So, please sit down, sir. So we came and said, no. Because I had knowledge as commissioner for lands in this state, what was going on. When I was commissioner for lands, I was the one that called him. Well, look, send your staff to my ministry so that of all this registration, true or false? No, did I do it or not? I don't know if they've driven them out now. Make commission and So, because I didn't understand. You will see them bring file to you on the same street. Number 2, Enwe Street. Ewedo can be charged 500,000. Number 4, Enwe Street, 150,000. So how come on the same street, valuation? So I now said, okay, it's Indian picture. So my man had a picture. Instead of a small team, because I discovered that it's going to give a picture. It's like saying that there's a thatch house care wet. Indian picture, oh no, you will be curious. You go for your picture, yes, you know. So, so I took, they will now set up my own team. Mweka I get verify. They will go and take me the real picture. And so they were using it. So I told them to come. So I knew all of these things. So now that God has given me the privilege, that's why I'm able to almost said government. Abogi I can run government. It will almost get to the time you are leaving. That's what they might offer if they get anything. The man has a vision, he knows what he wants to do, but they are in traps. Traps. They can permanent secretary voted permanent. So afumu you make Timoidan in a man or game, Gaya Usio, yes, or permanent, 35 years. I won't bomb me in a bar K office, K Ministry of Lands, Akbakusung office me. God is my witness. It was I think after 9. I was sir. Kuna government ma usen ke. Came on here 35 years. I didn't know what to me. The young Dion, can you come? I'm telling you. I mean, said a David though. And 2 weeks after, I'm going to transfer your ministry me. You're going to eat and close by 4. You know. So we now started TSA. All money in this state. Journalists say we TSA though. Now we started TSA. After government pass it through single treasury account. You can put it there, justify why you want to take it out, like drugs for funds. They pay, they take, but you can track. He himself as commissioner now, there's an investigation you didn't tell me. I hear you are doing about one medicine that they supplied. I don't understand. True or false? Have you told me? Okay. Because you see, the system makes you to know why a demand is being made now. I think it's going to be to General Speaker then and when General Speaker next week, and you are the commissioner, you know before those drugs were coming, the commissioner didn't even know how much he was releasing. So we said TSA, everybody. I don't make down boy, no. Send more war. Government send any unauthorized account. I promise under God, the person will go in for it. Now, the first month we started, how much?
7.5 billion.
The second month, how much?
10.2 billion.
The third month, how much?
12 billion.
We have only started TSA. For 3 months, it jumped from 2, 3, 4. It jumped, now we are at 12. And there are more coming. There are more coming. Now, this money, I don't think you for me. We are funding these projects. Look at them. And we have to pay. Right now, we pay our contractors on IPC. When we mobilize, you work, they come and do valuation and produce a voucher that we now use in paying you. We have gotten to that point. Any contractor that says we are owing, it's either your IPC has not been paid or you have not done. Just ask the contractor, do you have IPC? Simple. That's how we have been able to fight. And the Commissioner for Works knows the backlogs I have cleared to get to this position. He knows. The Commissioner for Special Duty knows the backlogs. For you to move all of that to a place where you now say, bring your IPC. So, sir, I'm not saying this because, It's only God that rewards efforts and the things we have done. But that's what I'm willing to. We are going into elections. Some people say, "When you wait." Now, NUJ do a gubernatorial debate. Let us come and talk and bring independent people, international independent people, it's all over the world. Saido origin suewo, etemi mekamiki gbebera suewo. Mogida was rosa suewo frine too for ndonkedo too for. Check fam sit down, sir. Check family wodotero. They can make my separate long time. They came from a dysfunctional home, and so they don't know culture of respect. You can say what you want to say without abusing anybody. I was taught in the business school that diplomacy is the ability to tell somebody to go to hell, and he looks forward to making the trip. That's diplomacy. So you can say the things you want to say. You can ask questions. Every question you have asked, if you were insulting government, I was listening. You were asking genuine, direct question because you want to know. And so when I saw that my people, I saw their handicap. Let me just come. Let me come and stay with you people and share the moments with you people. Please, let me run back because I have other things. But the Igorok-Bambia Road will be awarded. The Mobile Road, we need to partner with Seplat, and we need to begin that work. Commissioner for Works, write to them officially, let's engage. The potholes, we set up a committee within 1 week. Tabaraku Road and Itumekpo Road. By July, if we don't meet the condition of the agreement we signed, we terminate the contracts and the reward. Then I've spoken about power. I think we have told you about power. I've talked about and I'm sure the Commissioner for Digital Economy, we now have a full commissioner. This guy is PhD in information system. With British Army. For him to be a lecturer, to teach in the British, is like our own NDA. He won't be there. I will give you a political appointment. So I literally had to drag him to come back and say, you know, come and put some of these things. And so these things we are doing, let's be careful. I'm doing projects. Belize, Commissioner for the inherited projects I'm completing. But you get about getting Nam, the Yembo Nam do, no governor Fenema, the Eddie Nam, Gigging and then Nam a foot. Gontang throw. Etumano says he's not completing projects. That's not what I said. Any project that is not going to be economically viable to the people of Akwa Ibom State, I won't waste money on it. But anyone that has been left behind, look at Akadeb. Can you imagine Akadeb? How many years? That is, and all those people get that place, they get able to go for nothing. Usoka might retire. They were not working. Now we have re-engaged them. So these are the things we can work together. Some chairman, journalists, NUJ, set up a team once in a while. If you have issues to discuss with government, let the Commissioner for Information know. We set a date, and when already 5-6 people, we look at things that let's partner. I want a partnership. Let's partner together. Oh, Mbontom. You have a right to know. You are the fourth estate of the realm. You are the last hope of the common man. You know, judiciary, in my own opinion, because judiciary, I don't evidence. But no for I get Kenyan, and I thank, you know. So, but we can partner. We need, I will give. If I can rock on your body, I wouldn't investigate. You know. Then they journalists they carry tank to governor. Journalists they carry na police station. No, you see. One, I want to be told. But you know, to what you get and when bog internet, as we tell me, as we can me, and who said I am a Muslim banner, you remember. I thank no, I have a right to defend and protect myself. I'm also a citizen. The law is not meant for only the law to protect the law. It's also you can protect the citizen. Even wake up, declare we want it. Say I declare wow. And it's not a threat. If I threaten you as a person, this God, I remember Dr. came, I'll kill you tomorrow. You have a right to protect yourself under the law. And so do I. So you must remove utomum. But the moment you bring my family into it, then you must be ready with evidence to prove. Otherwise, I will go to court to seek redress. I make no pretense about it. So, but if journalists said, I'm going to query in date, I'm going to document the Yami song. I don't know what I can do. But as an internet, I've very wicked, and I've gone to court. I'm influenced court's position. I'm not in the judiciary. But on the I ain't going appeal. I ain't going on you the appeal. No lawyer says I can Calabake appeal. Ma se for nama me. If for no boy tell me. Sorry, kick mine. Because say for me evidence model. Yo Kubo. And I also feel by force. We organize a protest. But I am the governor. Now I am to more Basi Eno. You can't impugn on my person and insult my family. I have children. So whatever, so you have threatened me. Oh, come on. I will come after that. You know. So if that is what we are talking about, any answer, I have a right to also protect myself. So one make a man teach lesson. And for you, the next lesson being teach. And I won't stop. So that is the name I do openly, no one afraid. I've not for the same way me, no clue, is an idiot or idiot already on Borogewiko. Because who said Mark Bontom? Second, I went on Magenta. It's a merry-go-round. You saw the tearum bong. Send the forget on Nami and it's as simple as that. Get a quark apostolic. No, quite get a quayem. Bantenam de no Israel. Eyenam me Gentile. And the young affair. I was saying,